Early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Benjamin Franklin. A quote which, when applied, changes lives. What is great, good, and real? And welcome to the Do You Rules podcast, where today we delve into part two of our Rise and Grind series, Dominate the Morning. Quick obligatory note. If you missed part one, check it out. In part one, we discussed why you should rise and grind to dominate the morning. The why. Why is very big. Here in part two, we'll get into the benefits of dominating your morning. Now, there will be a part three, which will be the finale, where we talk about the bad and the ugly of dominating your morning, because there is some bad and there is some ugly. But today we're here for the benefits. Now, off the rip, we have to agree that in order to dominate the morning, you can rise no later than 5 a.m. Now, from experience and the simple fact that you should want as much time as you can to dominate, I would strongly urge you towards 4 a.m. Me, as part of my commitment to my current set of priorities, I'm up rising at 3:30 a.m. Now, look, I get what that sounds like. Therefore, if you need to be convinced as to why this time frame is not just necessary but an absolute non-negotiable, then you don't need to be here, because you ain't serious about your business when it comes to this concept. This is supremely personal and passionate when it comes to this concept for me. I live this, I breathe it, and I believe in it very, very deeply, making me deadly serious when it comes to this. So with that, let's not waste any more of our time. We are dominating the morning. I will say it again. We are talking about dominating. We didn't just say getting by or flying by or easing into the morning. This is pure and utter maniacal intention to absolutely crush, destroy, and obliterate. We ain't just looking for the win. We want to dominate the morning. So as part of the immediate benefit, don't just hear what that sounds like. Feel what that sounds like. Because just this intentionality and mindset alone, knowing throughout the day that if tomorrow comes, if you, I, and we get the blessing of another day, it starts early. And we get after it, and we get after it hard, my G. This is not a game, dog. What it is all about you and I and we and us. It's me time. And we don't play with me time, because me time equals go time. Go time equals grind time. Grind time equals sacrifice. Sacrifice equals pain. Pain will cause you to suffer. Suffering will cause you to grow. So let's go. Because this intentionality and mindset is everything when it comes to this lifestyle. It's a lifestyle, and without it, you won't accomplish anything when it comes to this. Rise and grind with the intent to dominate creates time. We need time. And that time creates a massive mind shift benefit, which means we have to know what we intend to do in order to dominate, which means we have to have a plan. And since Ben Franklin got that theme for us, he says again quite succinctly, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So this means that in order to dominate, you and I and we have to have a plan. And what can we possibly plan to do so early in the morning when there are no distractions, objections, or obligations? When it's dark and lonely and no one around but you. Come on now. It ain't that hard, my G. You can say it with your chest. Here's what we plan to do. We plan to pray. We plan to read. We write. We run. We dream and screams. And we cry when it's done. We lift. We push. We pull. We squat. We move and move and move until the clock or the pain forces us to stop. There is nothing more beneficial than time to work alone on you. And the only thing you must plan for is to work on yourself deeply in all phases of you, physically, intellectually, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Doing this undoubtedly leads to immediate self-gratification through executing on tough tasks, because this will be tough. And delivering yourself immediate gratification through tough execution breeds confidence and determination, amongst many other formations of positive affirmations. This, my friends, my family, my do-you rulers, this type of routine and commitment is the expansiveness of the will, the power of will, and the power of will in oneself to move in the direction of constant forward progress by taking incrementally small and painful steps that seemingly amount to the investment of intensely and insanely hard work in order to scratch and claw and gain every little inch. This is the routine of completing the little things, which allows you to simplify the process and realization of constant self-growth. I know it doesn't sound overly appealing because today's promoted media is littered with false snitches pushing quick scheme riches. But as Da Vinci said, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, and there's no simpler or simplistic route towards growth, progress, and success, towards goals, dreams, and aspirations than to stack the wins early. And make no mistake, winning early and often simplifies your fate. Here's what it also does of immense benefit. It will satisfy your innate and deep craving for self-dominance and self-gratification, because deep down inside, you know there's this little voice and sensation driving you towards inner and outer strength, driving you to ooze and permeate the energy, allure, and aura of supremacy, this stout cloud of clout that follows all who have removed themselves from the impotence of doubt. Hear what I'm saying. This game that we are playing is all about being self-gratified, and the maturely mindful realizes that this is a persistent state of current being, meaning you are always presently beaming with the dominance of meaning. There is, of course, the requirement to be patient for delayed gratification in order to begin to see larger results of this work, but there is an absolute and often overlooked immediacy to satisfy your personal desire for success and release the brute animal in you to feel accomplished and spirited and emotionally carry you and with you forward. Because no matter what happens now, I put in the deep work. I put in strenuous work. I invested in myself today, and that feels fucking amazing. Which means the rest of the day is light work. But not because there isn't more to do and more to accomplish, but it's light because the burden of pursuing the individual in you is done. Your ego at this point is highly cared for and caressed and stroked and prioritized. And I'm not saying that in a patronizing way. Therefore, you are now entering the rest of your day less selfishly. You are cloaked in graciousness and gratitude and thankfulness. You have already made tremendous steps towards short, medium, and long-term accomplishments. You are contently fatigued from having already submitted to the fear and pain of darkness. You have started this day and soon all subsequent days with the dub. And now, because you have this framework, because you have this thought process and mindset and spirit, you begin to fit all your other relationships into this concept. You begin to not just develop, but embody these character traits of discipline, integrity, worth ethic, and the power to will yourself. You become more structured and are faithful to your non negotiables, but flexible enough to satisfy and fulfill the uncontrollable demands in your life. We got those, all of us. You begin to sleep on time at the same time, all the time, without much effort. And while it may seem like you are always watching time to ensure you are on time, the power of your will ensures the world submits to you on your time. Don't miss that line, because now God and the world and universe knows exactly where they can find you. It knows exactly what you expect from it, because it knows what you expect from you. It knows exactly what to deliver to you, because it knows what you are delivering to it. And suddenly, everything is on your time. If for no other reason than you don't want to miss out on tomorrow morning, presuming you get one. Early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. What more benefit could there be? Change your mind, change your life. I am who I say I am. Rise, grind, do you, and stay rich.